which is also Heru Energy Million Man, Maya Energy Million Woman March, because although they were there, they didn't know the energy they was given, and that was still cool. You see what I'm saying? Hell by last year, El Nino started last year. That's a lot of shit that happened in 97 alone. El Nino, planetary alignment, Amistad, which is a fucked up movie. See what I'm saying? Started, which was real fucked up. Now, here goes, now let me show you the deal. First of all, here it is. They give a nigga, he sees some picture of the Bible and some pictures of, like this one, like we didn't have no damn spiritual shit in our land. Plus they fooled your ass. You would think that America was the great liberators, oh, these pro-damn slaves. So they got rid of the blame off their ass. They knew they had to put out something with slavery. You see what I'm saying? Because once you start really burning down, to come out with their damn paying your ass off. But anyway, and I'm not saying, motherfucker give you some money, fuck it. Shit. Hey, motherfucker give you some damn money now. You got to be like them niggas downtown. Shit. I don't give a damn if you ain't got but 2 days left. Shit, buy 2 days worth of liquor and wine and shit, But anyway, they put out this movie, but the whole shit was Bam Cuba. So America, great emancipators, freeing the damn slaves. They throw the Bible up in there. Now, anybody know history is the greatest slave traders in world history? Because they took it from Spain, because Spain didn't let them get in it for the first one. When they took it from Spain, they said, fuck it. So they had the damn blueprint on slave trade and shit. England sitting up there. They go and knock down the damn slave port over in Africa, the slave plate trade. And they know damn well they still got Goriana up that motherfucker right now. Ain't no fucking English blew down. They act like they're wrong. And who's going to say, yeah, isn't it true that y'all sell slaves to each other? Putting that old bullshit back up in there. And I said, wait a minute, this came right out of the eyes of the damn white man. Now, why the hell this man is a damn Jew, don't even believe in no fucking Bible? He gonna put the Bible up in the shit. He a fucking Jew. And when he made his movie, Sinners This, he treated it with authenticity, and he treated it as the heart was. They got America looking all good up in this great, then they got that old bullshit, old fucking slave music, that same old, that old bullshit. Oh, Lord, that old bullshit. And I look, here's the movie come out 20 years after Roots. Roots was like damn near the Black Power. Roots is hell compared to this movie. Then they got there you go, they dancing and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got them up in the air just dancing. They motherfuckers are about to get slaughtered. They don't know whether, the man already told them, y'all ass go back to Cuba, we're going to kill your ass and make an example. Them motherfuckers up in there dancing. Acting like damn monkeys. See what I'm saying? This shit was all a hoax. You know what I'm saying? I should have knew better. You see. Even still, and so the thing about he treated his thing a certain way. You see. So everybody did that, the Academy Award, no. It's still that same old bullshit. And like you didn't have no religion. Come on. You in a damn tree with some damn bananas and shit. So somebody hand you a damn book, you looking at some pictures of a white man. They didn't even make him out here a little orange looking. Just straight up cracker up in here. Cross. And then they show the ship, and they show this motherfucker so dumb, he see a damn cross. Because it's got a damn, the sails on, he gonna look, that's the cross. What is, and my point is you gotta realize who did this shit. Steven Spielberg. Better than that shit. You see what I'm saying? No better, because the Jews say, you better ain't bring that old stuff up in here. To the day now, Jesus, which is not a Jewish name. Right there, that's a damn contradiction right there. You shouldn't bought the damn bullshit. Right. Jesus is not even a Jewish name. It's not even in the Jewish language. J is not in the Jewish language. So how the fuck can Jesus be a Jew? And my point is, if he did live, I'm quite sure that motherfucker said his name. People, even the Romans go, well, your name is Jorge or whatever. If he said my name is Ben something, the Roman, if he's documenting history, he can say, well, hell, the man, if he did live, he told us what his fucking name is. Now, why the hell we got to give a Greek and Roman name, which we got to deal with today? Because the person, now, let's get this right, because there's a difference between the Christ, Christos, difference between the Christ, or Christos, or Christ, and Jesus. Jesus is an alien, man-made creature, ain't got nothing to do with the Christ. But who is this Jesus person you calling on? The ultimate enemy of black people. And I'm not talking about this kind of shit because I just want to just come up to you. I'm desperate. I want to make some lie up. No. The Spirit has blessed me to go straight to the source, and we're going to break this thing down today with scholarship. Not only we know the Jesus and all of that, but we're going to tell you that he is the doll that brought the devil. Jesus is the ultimate enemy of black people, not the Christ. You didn't say Jesus Christ. That's the motherfucker last name. Mary Christ, Joseph Christ. But that ain't the motherfucker last name. What the fuck you calling him that shit for? Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? Who is Jesus? It's not a... Wait a minute now, all you Christians debate me on this shit. Jesus is not a Hebrew word. Right? But yet, they couldn't say he was African. Couldn't say he was Roman or Greek. So they say he's Hebrew. They picked the motherfucker they're going to give it to. Well, if Jesus was a Jew, why you don't have a Jewish name? You see what I'm saying? Well, Yeshua. Well, if he was Yeshua, why don't you call him Yeshua? Why you got to call him Jesus? Come on, and the white man is supposed to be, he'll tell you to document your facts. Oh, he going to see motherfuckers suspend his common sense. So all of a sudden, anytime you come up and you speaking shit, he go, where did you get that from? Document that. Give me your references. Give me your sources. So all of a sudden, this motherfucker done got dumb. He calling a motherfucking Greek and Roman name to a damn person supposed to be a Hebrew. Now that don't, see, you gotta look at this. You see, you gotta study a person's patterns. Right. If his thing is we got to be so precise and so scholarly, why the hell that motherfucker suspending scholarship? Be up in Harvard and talk about Jesus. Fucking damn theologian talking about Jesus. A fucking Greek and Roman name for a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That's the same as you got a black man from Georgia and you calling that motherfucker Deng Xiaoping. You see what I'm saying? Greece and Rome is as far from damn ancient Judea or ancient Israel from Ethiopia as a hog from the moon. That's how dialectically opposite they are. They say they get, now wait a minute, now here you saying you're getting kicked in the ass by the Romans. The Romans is the object of all evil to you, but yet you're going to name it, you're going to name the Messiah of the people that's supposed to get kicked in the ass by the Romans, a Roman name? You understand like what I'm talking about here? That's like a motherfucker get hung by the Ku Klux Klan, and then 2,000 years later you call that motherfucker Ku Klux Klan Christ. It don't make no sense. We're going to go into this today because we got to damn unleash this no good bastard called Jesus. That's why Kirk Franklin out here with the church ticket. Let me tell you some shit. Kirk Franklin did the church's commercial, right? They said over here on, over there on, what's that place that Nature's Kitchen used to be? What? Riverdale Road near Creflo Dollar Place. They say he did the church's chicken commercial, and they had a now church has been out here. Motherfuckers don't even eat churches no more. No. You go to damn New York and Philly, churches is all closed down. Right? You ain't got but a few churches in Atlanta, the West End, and a few other places where black people are. Right? This man go do a church's chicken commercial. Now check this shit out. The next Sunday after he did the church's chicken commercial, they had a motherfucking line 2 miles long for people getting out of damn church at Creflo Dollar to go to church's chicken. Now, number one, that ought to let you know that that's some government program shit right there. Here go motherfuckers saying, I'm God's property, jumping around, church's chicken, and you get out of church and you got a line going to get some motherfucking shit that you don't even eat no more. You ain't since the goddamn early 80s. But the niggas in the hood, because they ain't got no more money to do but that. That greasy ass shit. Right? Hell, Bojangles is better. Popeyes is better than that shit. That's the upper echelon of chicken. That and KFC and stuff and Mrs. Winters. You see? If you want to get real damn big, Gladys Knight, chicken and waffle. You go with the whining brother. My point is, that ought to let you know a psychological programming. And this Creflo Dollar, look, Elijah Muhammad said, that he said in the theology of time, he said, gonna come a time when you're gonna have to kill these black preachers because they have done your people wrong. So I'm saying we need to call for the death of that motherfucker now, Creflo Dollar. So anybody want to do the favor, fuck it. The damn spirit will do this shit. I'm telling you. Now you know it's something spiritually wrong when you can get on TV to pro-black people and tell them if you give $2 to the damn Lord, only thing you're going to get is $2 worth of blessings. That is horrible to say to damn black people. Yeah, just, just come up a little further or whatever. Now, Now, well, I don't know if they can do that, man. Yeah. Just imagine yourself being on the motherfucking armor star right now. And you can get through the shit. You did that shit for 6 weeks to get over here. You can do that shit for 3 hours. Here goes Creflo Dollar. Here's Creflo Dollar. Yeah. Here's Creflo Dollar. Yeah. Here's Creflo Dollar. Okay. All right. Okay. Here's a man gonna tell people that you're gonna be blessed if you give more money to the Lord when it was never about that. This is damn. I thought we went through that with Reverend Ike. But he did that shit in the 70s. Everybody knew, 60s and stuff, but everybody knew what Ike was about. But see, but everybody still knew what Ike was about. Ike didn't make no bones about it. But here's a damn man that has got these people and all, and they talking about all this good prosperity and shit now. So I guess the motherfucker that was in the project who go to church just as well as you, they must have then prayed to the Lord the wrong way. And I don't want to follow no motherfucking Lord. You understand what I'm saying? That's gonna choose somebody to bless when I am worthy of the blessing too. You see what I'm saying? If you know but this fucking word bless any damn way. See what I'm saying? So we need to understand about charlatans. So let's go on. Let's keep on going. Okay. So we can go into this particular science. We got the 1997, the announcing of cloning for the first time 52 years after Hitler invented it in World War II. 50-year anniversary of the Roswell incident where the German UFO crashed. 50-year anniversary of the death of Aleister Crowley, who told you that the other stuff was fake. 100-year anniversary of the death of Crazy Horse. 100-year anniversary of the birth of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Honorable Elijah Muhammad, first book published on Elijah Muhammad's life by a white publishing company. Now, this is a lot of stuff lined up on the same year. Let's keep on going. 1997 gave you the release of Roswell, one of the best movies we ever had, Rosewood ever on the Holocaust. So we'll take that one as the national anthem right now. You see what I'm saying? It lets you know that applies for all of that, because every town had a Roswell. Atlanta is called the Rosewood. I keep saying, every town had a Rosewood, and Atlanta's was called Forsyth County. You see what I'm saying? But if you go to any damn state, they had one of those. Oklahoma had one, the Black Wall Street. 20-year anniversary of Steve Biko's death. This is 97 now. 20-year anniversary of the so-called King of Rock and Roll death. You see what I'm saying? Elvis Presley, and they still ain't got over that motherfucker right now. The death of so-called Princess Diana. You got any more? Oh, okay. Do you need one, though? Do you actually need one? I mean, it look the same to me. Yeah. Okay. Long as you... Yeah. Yeah, but somebody low... Yeah. Okay, then. Okay. So I'm keep on going, then. So the 20-year... the last year marked the death of so-called Princess Diana, all because she wanted to damn marry a black motherfucker. They took her on out. You know the whole deal on that shit. But not only that, too, the white people now have gotten... Because, you know, the Diana was also a Greek goddess. And also a Mesopotamian goddess. It was a black goddess, Aset. Isis. That was also came to Mesopotamia, Samaria, and went on into Etruria and on into Greece. You know, so Greek goddess. So now they got this whole cult of Diana out now. See, they can deify somebody. And now they're saying this. So they got a group of people worshiping Diana like she was a spiritual figure. But as you know, Reverend Valentine told you that her family was the biggest dope dealers in China. Opium, China white. Her family was the one that supplied that stuff. So, you know, because the Prince of Wales, they can't marry nobody who ain't down with the clique. See, this shit is an inner fraternal thing. So when she tried to get out to get some black man, you see what I'm saying, and was already pregnant for his ass and was going to convert to Islam, oh, you know they couldn't have that shit. These crackers will kill you over Protestant and Catholic. So you know Islam, you see what I'm saying, that's a little too much nigger-fied for their ass. You a black man, and you dealing with some... Because you know, because you got to realize one thing about Islam, white people didn't know nothing about Islam until black people introduced Islam into the United States. It was Noble Jew Ali and Oliver Elijah Muhammad. You didn't get the Orthodox shit till later. But it was the Noble Jew Ali, so the whole Muslim thing was popularized based on black people. They said, man, she was going to convert to Islam too? Boom, oh, they had to take her ass on out. You see what I'm saying? Take her butt right on out of there. So that also represented the fall of the British Empire. Because first of all, they got out of China about a couple of weeks before. Remember they gave China their independence, and then they killed off Diana's ass. But it's also, Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you'll know the end when you will see a self accuse itself, and you will see infighting among the ruling powers. See what I'm saying? You will see infighting among the ruling powers. So don't get yourself caught up in trying to be with the ruling powers. You find your ass like Ron Brown. Because he, too, did not realize that the white man was a devil. That's why he got a bullet in his head. They're telling you about that shit now. But we already covered that because you know they took him right on out of there. Because he was talking about, I ain't going down. I'm not going to step down and say that I'm responsible for all that doggone, what was the thing? They taking all that money for the damn campaign shit that they got going on. They said, well, go ahead and step down, Ron Brown. Take the blame for it, and then, you know, do about 2 years and get out and write your book. Right. He's like, fuck that, I ain't doing it. He didn't know he's a black man. He's like, hell no. Right. That ain't logical. So he was like, no, hell no. So they said, well, no, we're gonna have to do it to you anyway, buddy. He's like, if I go down, all y'all asses going down. And so they put that nigga on Air Force 2, which was Hillary Clinton's plane. Right. Don't go down. Right. And that nigga plane fell right out of the sky, full of bullets in their head before they even crashed.
You know, one of his main girls, one of the top agents, just happened not to be on the plane. They got up on charges, man. They couldn't get rid of her.
That's right. Next thing you know, you'll see her and shit with some cyanide capsules and some stuff going down. You see, very key that you understand that, because the British Empire, that's the same empire in The Empire Strikes Back. Say, that's where he got the shit from. The empire. He said, well, you see, you got to realize they got a whole book. I showed the book the last time, didn't I? The book is called The Myth. It's put out by the Smithsonian Institute. They just put the Smithsonian in the Smithsonian exhibit with Star Wars. Okay.
Hold on, we got a special announcement.
Yeah.
Does someone have a blue Buick Wildcat in the parking lot back here? If they're getting ready to show us.
Blue Buick Wildcat.
Anybody driving a blue Buick Wildcat?
That's you? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so they, you know how people get. You see what I'm saying? Right. You know, nigga tripping. You know, so they put up a Smithsonian Institute on Star Wars. They just put out a book, a $20 book, on the shit, on all the mythology that they borrowed to make their thing. And the empire come from they say, well, what's evil? They say, shit, we ain't got to damn go out in space. We can use what's evil right here on the planet. The British Empire. What is the British Empire? Is the one that took over the world. And the sun don't set on the British Empire. That means there was no place on the globe that the British Empire didn't take over. And they took it over with Christianity. So not only is that, and anytime they got an empire, the empire is only based on its doctrine. You had the land, they had the Bible. They got the land, and you got the damn Bible. Which ain't nothing but, it ain't worth toilet paper. Like I told you, go get Frank Herbert's Dune. More authentic on the biblical thing. If you understand the spiritual part on where they took all that shit from, Frank Herbert's Dune is a much more valuable book than the King James Version. Frank Herbert's Dune. You better recognize. Huh? Frank Herbert's, the Dune, you either get the movie or get the book. Get the book. The book is a monumental work. They took it straight. They took the same mythology on what the Bible was missing because they took 19 chapters out of that shit and they put it in one book, Frank Herbert's Dune. So okay. So now, and also, you know, in the empire fell in the Jedi. So they did the 3 trilogy movies, and the empire was destroyed on the 3rd installment. They put out the Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and all that Star Wars, and then the empire crumbled late August. That's very spiritual. But you don't read stuff like that. Not you, we know them, I'm talking about the rest of the people. Okay. 20-year anniversary of one of the greatest albums in the world history, Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life. After that, it was downhill for him. But that was his crowning glory. Got to go back and get it, because it's all spiritual. You thinking damn Kurt Franklin is. A damn new Hammer talking about Jesus, 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 la, la, la. That sounds like a bunch of motherfucking idiots up there. He just a dancing with the same shit he was doing before in night. Like Jesus, 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 la, 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 la. First of all, it shows you that they don't really think much of you. Even if you was into Christianity, you don't think that you got enough sense to go in. Let's just say if you were just a good old straight up Christian like we always been. You don't think that you got enough sense to read the Bible for yourself. You got to have a motherfucker jumping around. Oh, it's cool with him. It's cool with me. That lets you know that they say you subhuman and don't nothing go past not unless it's licensed through the record companies. Check. They're giving you that right now because they want you to rebel against something else. Keep on going. 20-year anniversary of one of the greatest albums and the greatest album covers of all time, Earth, Wind, and Fire, All in All, which started those great ones, but you got to get that. And Earth, Wind, and Fire, All in All. And next year they came out with the whole Falcon thing and Horace, which is the greatest hits album, 1978. But the All in All movie came out All in All album came out fall of 77. Fall of 77, very key. You see, in all this, you saying, what does this got to do? It's all cycles. It's all spiritual. What's his name? Your boy Barry White was the shit sex symbol in the damn 70s. He peaked in 77 when he put out the album. It's a beige album cover with Playing Your Game, Baby, and all that on. I can't think of the name of that album. So we talking about a peaking period. You see what I'm saying? It's a peaking period. And ever since then, we went downhill. So now, it's different. We are downhill, but we peak, and now it's on to the next phase for us. Because we got to do this shit. See what I'm saying? So let's deal with this. But I got the key now. And see now, but it ain't about, it don't have nothing to do. So all you got to do, and I'm going to go into the science of how you line this shit up. It don't have nothing to do with what you do physically. It's what you're going to have to do mentally. Come on, man. That's the key now. You don't have to do nothing. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to do nothing. You could be out there on the corner with the bomb and be in the world but not of the world. That's what the Bible said. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's go back down this list. We're going to get rid of this hard copy so we can go into some other stuff. 20th anniversary of the occult rampage of Son of Sam, which they tell you in the book, the Son of Sam, that when that Necronomicon book was released, you had all that shit that went down with the Son of Sam in 1977. In that little book, they got it in the chapter, of the first part of the chapter. Very key. 20th anniversary of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit, which I quoted. The Hobbit was another thing where the United States government commissioned them to do write the history of the black race in Atlantis, and they did it in a milder form called The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings 3. 20-year anniversary of the Nag Hammadi Library, which was actually the Gnostic scriptures that they found in 1945. They didn't release them until 1977 in English, but they had to go through, and everywhere they see the word set, they put Jesus. They see another word for that, they put Jesus. They couldn't release it, just like they did the Dead Sea Scrolls. They found that in 1947. They didn't release all of them until the late 60s, and the complete one until 1991. So they had to go in, and everywhere they saw these other names, they had to put this name Jesus. And it's all in the name. It ain't got nothing to do. Well, if you like the Christ and all that, that's cool. We're just telling you don't call him Jesus. Because when you do that, you give your energy to another person who will come and fuck your life up. That's why, you got to understand this. We're going to go into this. You know. Okay, 20 year, 50 year destruction, 50-year anniversary of the destruction of the Negro Baseball League when they inducted Jackie Robinson and broke the color barrier. Oh, Jackie Robinson playing for the Dodgers, and you had a whole striving industrial entrepreneurship called the Major Negro Baseball League, and it folded after that. And the greatest players never played in the other shit. 1997, the release of Dune on video. The year of the great apologies. You know what that Bill Clinton, all that type of stuff. He apologized for the Tuskegee, gave all them soldiers their awards, all that. 20-year anniversary this year, 1997, they refunded Africa and put a black man the head of the UN to get all that particular money. They got rid of an old Uncle Tom puppet, Mobutu, and put a new Uncle Tom up in there and shit to bring him into another era, because they got to change the guards. But they changed the guards and put the same energy back. You see what I'm saying? It's very key that you understand that at this particular time. Like I said, they announced on the first of the year 2000, by Yale, Harvard, and Princeton announced that the year 2000 was in 1997. You also had the planetary alignment, El Nino, which is also the 5-5-2000 mystery. Also, you got to realize that you got MSG. MSG, see, the reason why Kirk Franklin was talking all this shit about church's chicken, because they mix MSG up into the church's chicken. And so when you get the MSG, you forget your memory. It wipes out your memory. So you don't remember nothing. You don't remember nothing past, well, all America don't remember nothing past 3 years. But this stuff, MSG, wipes out your memory. It's an hallucinogenics. That means they can put the MSG on this here. And if they can cook it down hard, soft enough that you can bite it, this shit will taste awesome. That's because the MSG tells the brain that this tastes good. You see what I'm saying? That this tastes good. It's the same thing that they did. Bacon from a hog is different than bacon you buy in the store. Anybody ever live on a damn farm know that the damn chickens and all that shit tastes different than what you buy at the damn store. It's the curing that they do. So bacon didn't taste the way it was until they used the black man in the Tuskegee experiment to taste different forms of bacon that they put this stuff on. And the one that tastes the best amongst all the black people, that's what the bacon companies launch their bacon shit with, Armour and all of them. So that's why bacon became, and later on that shit ended up on a damn cheeseburger. But it's because of the Tuskegee experiment, and they used the black man's taste buds, because we can even taste better than them. That's right. You see what I'm saying? That's why they use your motherfucking monkey ass to cook all the damn food from slavery on up. And all the restaurants is based on your shit. You see what I'm saying? It's based on your shit, and all the best tasting food got a black element to it. Italian, that shit straight up, because the niggas was up in Italy. Asia, because Asia got black motherfuckers, so they can make a sauce and put it on this shit here. Asians is good for their sauce. You see what I'm saying? So what it is they use that also to put this new chemical on the bacon, and they use the black man to test it. He said, okay, they all said, oh, this is the best one. And that's when bacon became a mainstream product. You see, a mainstream. But the MSG, they put it in the batter and to make you forget memory. So there's 300 names for damn MSG. The key is all you got to do with that shit. You ain't got to worry about all this, because you don't know what you're getting now. And all that shit about the health food shit, it's bullshit. She can tell you, she the #1 health expert up in this bitch. She had her own doggone health food store, used to order for doggone Nature's Kit, In My Nature, and now she down there at Life Essential, and she'll tell you right now that shit about all this you read in that box, that's some bullshit. They got all kind of shit up in there. Rat balls and all kind of shit. It don't matter. Not unless you're there making the shit. So the key is you don't even need to get stuck in there. Only thing you need to do is the only key, the only elixir that is the known to man, that's the cure all the herbs and shit's back is water. That's the key. Water. That's it. That means that you can damn eat nitroglycerin. You can bypass it if you get enough water. Water is the key to all this shit. You see what I'm saying? Water is everything, because that's the only thing that goes spiritual. The rest of the shit is physical. Water, very key. And we're going to get into the elixir of water and the water mystery on some other stuff like that also, too. They announced the prisoners being in the DNA at that particular time. The DNA thing with the prisoners all. They announced that type of thing. Now, we want to get into this particular part. Right now, we got to get into this because we go through the hard copy. Let's see, boom, boom, boom. Yes, I said this on the radio that the book that you're gonna get that is done the scholarly work on this. Well, he did the scholarly work on identifying where the word Jesus came from. And the name of that guy's book is Walter Williams, I think. Hold on, let me get it. Y'all bear with me. Get this book. I'm going to give you the name. I think he's still out. He's from Chicago. He's from Chicago. Now, to let you know, I know the brother's on what he's talking about because, see, I got all the primary sources on what the brother says. So I went and looked for myself and said, oh, yeah, the motherfucker's on it. So his name is Walter Williams, and the Historical Origins of Christianity. Now, there's a lot of great books on the historical origins of Christianity. One of the good ones is coming from Gerald Massey's lectures. Gerald Massey's lectures, Historical Jesus, Mythical Christ, or Historical and Gnostic Christianity, which is the best article. Gerald Massey, Historic and Gnostic Christianity, that's one. But this one is Walter Williams, Historical Origins of Christianity. So this book has been out since 1994. So I have talked about this several times in the lecture. For those people that need the documentation, I've talked about this several times in the lecture. Unfortunately, I'm also a student of the Afrocentric movement, as well as Nation of Islam, as well as more science, because I'm like the white boy. I accept it all. Even some yin-yang, pogo, gong shit. Don't matter. We know it all comes from the black source, and we know that the black world is in fragments. That means that the black world is all shattered. So to get one piece, you know nothing. That means you got to embrace it all, including getting back to the dark side. Yeah, you got to go there now. But that's, see, I'll tell you, this is one of the greatest days. I know it's a great day because everything went so right this morning. Everything was right. Everything just lined up so perfect. I can feel the damn energy, and when I can see all these damn people, you here for a reason. The nigga standing up, that's for a damn reason. Because there's some shit there's some part of you that he don't never want you to go. And the thing about it, he'll give you all the religion, metaphysical science in the world. And you'll look at it as the positive side, but you'll never go to the negative side. Good and bad, we talk about AC/DC. We talk about hot wire, cold wire. Now, hot wire is always that red shit, right? Now, why the hell do they do that? Any motherfucker know mechanics, you see that hot wire, say, don't go that shit, that's the juice. Right? They put it in red, but they show you the devil in red. Huh? And red and black. That's the whole Nazi thing, because, you know, they were a cult order, the Thule Society. A Thule Society. There was a cult order and all, right, and they lined it all up. There's a couple of good books. We'll get some of those in a few minutes. But the black and red temples, which is the root chakra and the third eye, or the black dot. You see what I'm saying? Now, they, so, dealing with this particular science right now, we talk about the negative side, which is your supreme power. The light side don't work for you. Why? Because you created the light long time ago. And that's energy. You know how it is. You know, you got an old motherfucking damn Ford. What's that first Ford they had? T-model Ford. That motherfucker ain't cutting it now. You been there, done that. You get it? That means you got to go back to the primal material to create something new. And that's how it works for you. That's why he pumping you. That's why he put out Star Wars and told you to turn to the light side. No, you got to become Darth. No, you don't supposed to face Vader. You're supposed to become Darth Vader, which is D-A-A-T-H, Darth. Now, let's get into this particular science right now so you can understand something. We know that there were 7 conferences put together. Let's go into some history right now for the people. Let's deal with this right now. Let's deal with this. First, you got the ancient Egyptian mystery system. And then you get the Greeks invade. They take some of the science of the ancient Egyptian mystery system or the ancient Hemmitt mystery system, take all the temples, close them down, take all the science and put it in the Library of Alexandria. Then they make off with a certain amount of material. Take it back to Greece, because they was ruling Hemmitt for a while. Then the Romans ruled, and they go burn down the Library of Alexandria because them was stupid motherfuckers, the Romans. They ain't did one thing in history correct. Kill motherfuckers. That's it. That's all. What did they do? They killed people. That's what they did. They took a nigga out. But they conquer Greece. And when they conquer Greece, they become the custodians of all this particular science. The Gnostic scriptures, the Hermetic scriptures, the Greek script, they had all that laying up there. Okay? Then you got the Hebrews in the area cutting up. You see what I'm saying? Black people. Their little religion shit done folded with Romulus and Remus. It's been so long since they had one to the point to work. They said, we got to get a new shit. They said, well, fuck it. Somebody said, hey, guess what? All that shit from Egypt, Greece, Mesopotamia, you don't realize. We conquered the lands. We got all their material. We got all their papyrus. We can get some motherfuckers up in here and plagiarize the shit, change it around a little bit, and still make it fundamentally ours. So the scripture is still ours. It reads esoterically, which means you're supposed to bow down and pray. But it reads exoteric, which means the preacher don't supposed to do none of that. You're supposed to become Christ. Y'all got all that, right? You're supposed to become Christ. Okay, so they got all this scripture. They put all this stuff together. Take a man-made creature. The Christ comes from Egypt. Christ is in Egypt. Now I want to show you something. Christ is in Greece. Now I want to show you something. See, because we are not scholarly people, or we just the people that don't think.
Come on.
We can't understand things. First thing the damn preacher do, he'll say that the Egyptians was pagans, which means the people, or the pagan means one without a religion. Well, he's right, because the Egyptians didn't have a religion. The ancient people didn't have no damn religion. We had a spiritual way of life and a spiritual educational system, and you really learn spirituality. A religion came, religios means what? To bind. And repeat restriction. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have a religion. Religions came later because a new group of people was coming from the motherfucking caves and couldn't understand the advanced planes. So they would have to need a religion. And basically, because Rome was taken over by some barbarians, because the original Romans and the original Greeks was black. The Etruscans, Etruria, later on called Troy. You ever hear this where they killed, when they held in Troy and they killed off the Trojans? That's the history where they killed off the ancient black man of that area. Anytime you hear the war, the Trojan War, that was the white Greeks that came in, learned the language, because the Greek language was black, learned the mythology, which we're going to go into tonight, which was black. You see, and the Romans came in, learned Latin, which was black, learned the mythology, which was black, and then killed off the ones called the Etrurians or Etruscans, or later on Troy. Right. So the Trojan War was the Greek telling you, the first 2 books in Greece is the Iliad and the Odyssey, and they start off with killing off the motherfucking Trojans, which was the black people of that land. Right. So anytime you hear the word Trojan, that's us. Comes from the word Etruria, Troy, Etruria, Tyrrhenia is the name of these particular people, Etruscans. Okay, now going back into this particular science, They got all this particular material at that particular time. The Romans, they knew the new religion because the ancient black Ethiopians who had migrated up into the area of Canaan, Israel, which is an extension of Egypt. You see, this is the funny shit. Now look at this. They tell you, the Hebrews tell you that one of the tribes of Israel is Egypt. Ain't that right? Am I bullshitting? Correct me if I'm wrong. How many motherfucking people study Hebrew shit? Is one of the tribes in Israel Egypt, right? So how the hell can Egypt be the enemy of damn Israel when Egypt is Israel? Same people. You see what I'm saying? In Arabia, one too. So how the hell the damn Muslims gonna be a goddamn opposite? Not unless that's a white motherfucker done come up in and took over the ancient people shit, and he can't get along with nobody. And perpetuating a fraud, and perpetuating a lie. Okay, go on into this. The first thing the preacher will tell you, when you get into thinking you can't think, anytime they want to explain Christ or the New Testament, because they can't find it in the Old Testament, anytime they want to explain the New Testament, the first thing they tell you is we got to go to the damn Greek shit. Or the Latin shit. Oh, shit. Do you hear what I just said here? First of all, they just told you that pagans, those are pagans, the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Mesopotamians, the Africans, the Chinese man, the Indian, all those are pagans. You just know, that's a pagan thing. You don't even know what the word pagan means. Mean one without a religion. That means it's the most advanced shit. Take more than one damn book to teach your ass some shit. You can't go to no goddamn college and learn no shit from no one book. That's right. Why the hell you carry one book around your whole life? You gotta be a fucking idiot now. You can get, you a dumbass motherfucker can get through a damn novel in 2 nights. 2 nights. Put some fucking up in there and you'll get through that bitch in 1 night. That's right, 1 night. You put some damn hot steaming fucking up in a novel, your ass be days off at work. That's right. You can't do the terminology. You go to the dictionary and learn the goddamn terminology just to see, who fucked who. Right. Might be a good, it might mean fuck somebody, so I need to find out what this word is. Fornicate or sodomize. Right? And it book be this damn thick. You know what I'm saying? Judy Collins, Hollywood Wives, and Las Vegas Hoes and shit. You get through the book in 1 week. You get through the book in 1 week. You let an asshole teach you a book, the Bible, all your fucking life. Because you can't read shit. Because you don't want to read nothing. All you want to do is go there and holler with them. And know the words, know the verses. Can quote the damn verses. Be out there with a Coke 45 bottle. Quoting the verses. The Bible said this. Right? Okay. Listen to this. The top Christians, when they want to debate you about Jesus, they can't go to the Old Testament because the Jews say, fuck that motherfucker fake. Wait a minute here. Okay. Now hold on now. We just need to think. The white Jews who's following us, but even if you go to damn Israel and find a motherfucking damn black Jew, because they got about 50% down there, blue black niggas down there in Israel now. Was there before the crackers got there, the fake crackers. In 1947. That's their goddamn origin to Israel. 1947. No, 48. 50 years ago, the motherfuckers planted themselves over there and authenticated themselves as Jews. Yes, sir. Who was inducted into the faith with the Moors, gave them the damn religion. That's right. All the cults of 13 tribes, give you the whole story. That's right. The Moors is the one that taught them this shit. Them niggas come from the caves in hills of Europe. Eating motherfucking people, eating shit. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Juniper root, like what's the name say? Just eating dogs, fucking the dogs. The woman, when the boy turned 18, he would inherit his mother as a fuck partner. That's the white man. That's the one you adore. Oh, wait, that boy, they talking some strange. No, go get goddamn Sheikh Anta Diop's Cultural Unity. Learn about polyandry. We can document this shit. Go get the Great Cosmic Mother put out by 2 white women. You see what I'm saying? We ain't talking about other damn books like Iceman Inheritance, and these are the mild shit. You see what I'm saying? But my point is, listen, the Jews say that motherfucker, no, that person didn't exist. Well, wait a minute now. That's like you a black man, and the Christ was black. His name was Jesus. You going, no, we know about the Christ. The Christ is to come in the last days, but we don't know no motherfucker named Jesus, because that's a Greek word. That's a Chinese word. We don't know no motherfucker on damn Ashby Street.
Come on.
West End, when no Chinese motherfucker liberated us.
Come on.
Like they're telling you Malcolm was a damn Chinese.
Come on now. Get your ass.
He's a Chinese. He say he's the savior of your race. He's a Chinese motherfucker. A Greek word now.
Come on.
You ain't figure the shit out. So now, going back to this, the preacher will say, well, we want to deal with the New Testament. We got to go to the Latin and the Greek Bible. Wait a fucking minute here.
Right.
Them supposed to be pagans.
Right.
Wait a minute, hold on now. If he's a Hebrew, why can't you go to a Hebrew Bible that talk about him? Because his name ain't Jesus in the Hebrew Bible.
Come on.
His name is Metatron.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You see what I'm saying? You see, Michael, Melchizedek. See what I'm saying? Adani. His name ain't that in the Hebrew Bible. Jesus, Greek and Rome. You understand where I'm coming from here? You see? Because the Romans is the ones that got all the material, got Paul, and got another Paul, John, Josephus, and they sat down and they had all these papyrus. Look, you think we think because we modern, we smarter than people in the ancient times. The average priest back then had the mind of a nuclear physicist, and a nuclear physicist would be like the first grade to the average priest back then. Because they learned for 40 years, and they learned every goddamn thing. Right? And you think you smart. Plus, they was black people, and they were spiritually open. You see what I'm saying? So, now I ain't talking about, the Romans was white, but Paul and the motherfucker was some niggas they got to do the shit. Sold us out.
That's exactly what
See what I'm saying?
it is.
And they were spiritually open so they could channel. You thinking they dumb and all. So they got all this material, and they set them down around a table, and they just plagiarized all that shit. Egyptian, Greek, which is ancient black Greek, ancient black Latin. You see what I'm saying? Ancient Hebrew from the Kabbalah. They plagiarized all that shit and wrote the books. Now, the scriptures is fundamentally ours. I ain't telling you rebel against the Bible. I'm telling you read that shit more than Creflo Dollar and them teaching you. And the Freedmen's Bureau, which is the white slave masters who taught you how to read the Bible. So now, making a long story short, they put together this book. But if you plagiarize some shit from another people, and if you take the ancient name Metatron, Michael, Seth, Heru, Jehu, Osea, Mach-D, Ma'at, and put all that in the book, you will still have the same black energy on it. It's all about the words.
Indeed.
Words of power, logos. Okay? So they say, no, we can't give him an ancient African name. Because the Hebrew people from Africa? I ain't talking about no niggas from no damn Spain.
Come on.
Their history started in Spain, but they talking about they're the original Hebrews. Oh, Hebrew ain't no race. No, motherfucker, Hebrew is a race. Oh, yeah, I am black and comely.
Come on.
That's Solomon. We come to find out that David was motherfucking Akhenaten. Yeah, because the damn Psalms is written. If you take the damn Psalms, the book of Psalms, and go get motherfucking get Aminism, Akhenatenism, and Tutankhamun, Budge's book, and take the hymns of Akhenaten and the hymns of motherfucking Psalms, you'll see that shit is all damn the same people. They changed to innocent. Yeah. Deal with this thing. So the book is fundamentally ours. You can take the same book as a ritual book and use it from it. You misconstruing the scripture. You don't throw out no books. The Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, all that, because it's all fundamentally black people. If they took some fragments and plagiarized the fragments, to throw it out is to mean that in the thick of the damn Hebrews, the original Hebrews, they was back then. If you talk about Jesus was a Jew, and you go find an ancient black Hebrew from fucking Ethiopia, or you go to damn Israel, and they say, no, that shit didn't happen. Seem to me the motherfucker should know.
That's right, brother.
And if he was historical, why can't you give him a Jewish name?
True.
That don't make no fucking sense. So they come in place and they say, okay, we got the scriptures. There's an esoteric version, which means you become Christ, and there's an exoteric version, which means you worship somebody. Well, we, as the Roman people, we can make sure the motherfuckers worship it the right way. We call it killing people if they don't do what we say. We good at that shit. You know the Crusades? You understand what I'm saying? You know the slave trade, right? You know the Holy Roman Empire and the damn Pope of Rome who plagiarized Europe and even put their people to the sword. They was worshiping some Christmas deities with Christmas trees and shit, and Easter eggs. You see what I'm saying? Something totally different. You see? So Constantine said, hey, I'll exercise this shit because I'm a bad motherfucker. I done killed my wife and my mama. Come on. Now that's history. Father Christianity, Constantine. Oh, the people said, oh, great Constantine. Constantine killed his mama and his damn wife. Now that's history. You got to deal with fucking history. Right? Never take your damn history from a preacher. Dumbest thing on the planet. Especially the black one. Don't ask motherfucker. He good for one thing in history, hollering. Now, going back to this particular science. Look at the science on this. We're going to break this thing down. Let's look at the science on this. They say, okay, we got it all right. We just need a name. They say, well, shit. All we trying to do is establish a new religion for ourselves. We don't want to get rid of our old shit. Want to try to, well, we already got the languages in Latin and Greek. You understand? The only thing we got to do is we just going to take the old Greek religion and Roman religion and update it with a Hebrew flavor. Because we got their particular doctrines and ancient books. A little bit better than that shit. The person that we put as the Messiah, he's got to be the motherfucking devil or the tyrannical ruler. So, they say, well, the chief god of Rome is what? Jupiter. What's that? P-I-T-E-R or P-E? P-I-T, Jupiter. But they say it's also Jupiter. They got Peter in the Bible. Peter. Motherfucking is Jupiter. Jupiter. That's the name also. That's the god of Rome. God of Rome, Jupiter. Then we got Greece. M shit. You gotta tell me now. I spell when I started lecturing. I got a damn college. That motherfucker say. I spell like I spell how the word sound. See, spiritually, I spell how the word sound. English don't make no motherfucking sense. You got 400 words in me. So I spell, is your shit sound a certain way, that's how I spell. No silent this and silent that. I don't know no silent. A motherfucking, I don't know no fucking Juanita date. That don't make no sense. That's because they tell you that if you ever went overseas, they say that English is the hardest language to learn because they didn't perfect the language and they didn't make it an official language until about 100, because even these out there and thou and how did this go there and all that shit. And the language came from, the letters came from Rome. So a lot of the words came from, some from Germany, some of them came from French. So they borrowed about everybody's word. They say, okay, motherfucking Chinese say this for this word. Okay, we'll put that as it. You see, dug up in 1945 called Gnosticism. A god that broke away from the main universe, a renegade, and a subordinate being, broke away from the main universe of the higher gods, count here, and made a group of planets, ruled over them, made the earth into physical. He just took energy and made it physical. His name is Adalabroth, or they call him the Demiurge, which is a subordinate being, which is lower than the higher being, and he ended up thinking he was God, and he said, I am a jealous God, and I shall have no gods before me. Well, even in the Bible is what? A jealous God. So if your God is a jealous God, that is not the true God. That's a subordinate being. You okay? Zeus is this particular demiurge person, and he's attributed he's attributed to killing an ancient group of people. We'll get into that in a few minutes. Now remember that. Christianity, by it being a mundane lower religion as far as telling you to pray to people, good behavior, it only initiates you on the lower level. And that's what's happening now. You can't think on a higher level because everything is based on, you know, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not do all of this type of shit. And the 10 Commandments came from the 47 negative confessions out of the book of Coming Forth by Day of Egypt, right? And in Egypt, in the pyramid text, it was not saying that you didn't do all this. This was saying because I am a perfect soul, my soul hadn't done all of this. My physical body can do all this shit because it's an illusion and it's prone for failure because it's created by the damn lower person. But the real soul is trapped inside and it hadn't done all this shit because it's asleep. So, thou shalt not, and I did this, and I have not, in this 47 negative confessions, which is negative, which means they're inside of you, because we're dealing with the negative today. The 47 negative confessions that they're talking about, your soul ain't did shit. You see what I'm saying? Because you are in temporary insanity. You were born in a world, you don't know who the fuck you are, don't know where the hell you came from. You think you from South Carolina, you think you from fucking Richmond, Virginia, and you, and far as your life goes, from some fucking plantation. That ain't nothing but a damn android that created you. This shit is amazing. They created you, you're a damn Frankenstein. They took ancient parts from an ancient people and created a new creation, and you are from some laboratory called a motherfucking plantation. And that's all you know about yourself. So even if you would say the judgment, I'm going up for the judgment, and God said, I'm going to chastise you, you go, I got to take the goddamn temporary insanity. Because I didn't know who I was when I did all this shit. I'm an ancient person from ancient times, so you can't be talking about me.
That's right, brother.
Not no John Smith.
Right.
Motherfucking John Smith. I'm an ancient Lemurian, Atlantean, African. It's out. Yeah, go to commercial. Hey, now, let me explain some stuff here. In Hermetica, this is the Hermetica. We back on? Did you try to get any of these? Out of print? Don't worry about it. You did. No, there's a $50, but this was but you got a few. They just. All right. Well, you in luck. This one came out. You back on? This is Hermetica. This came out by Walter Scott. It came out by Walter Scott. I think somewhere in 1920s or the 1930s is when this one came out. This is the older translation. The Hermetic text in here in the series of Asclepius explained how we was going to go into hell and how Egypt was going to fall and how black people was going to be into slavery and how we would have the mind of another race of people, although our bodies would be fundamentally black. Our mind would be about, and they go down to the T. That's Hermetica. Now you in luck. This is the 1930 something translation, Yahweh. This one is the new one that just came out by Brian P. Copenhaver. Brian P. Copenhaver, and they have come and taken the Nag Hammadi stuff from 1945 that they dug up, the Gnostic stuff, and added it into this particular thing. And so now they can clear up the stuff that they couldn't understand by taking the Gnostic text. Because when they dug up the Gnostic scripture in 1945, a lot of that was Hermetic stuff. And the guy said, man, we have so much Hermetic stuff, it was a shame we didn't have enough time to stick around and translate all of that. So what this guy's done, I found this one up in New York, And I didn't get it. And on the bus, I said, oh, man. I said, this is a newer translation. What are you thinking? When I got down here, New Leaf got it. So that means you can get it. This one, Hermetical by Brian P. Copenhaver. Now, in here it says this. Now, this is the Nag Hammadi text, and it's still